got a full face of makeup from brands I have never heard of off of Amazon, and I really hope I did not waste my money. Hey y'all, I am excited, nervous, curious. I went to Amazon and I decided to buy a bunch of makeup, but they're all from brands I haven't heard of. Amazon sells like recognizable name brands. They sell Revlon, Maybelline. They sell some like luxury high-end brands, but I always see like ads and different things pop up for makeup that's at a super low price point that looks beautiful in all the photos, but I've never heard of the brand. So I thought, why don't I test it? Maybe you're curious like me when you see these things pop up. So I have my skin prepped already. I have foundation, concealer, powder, lip gloss, bronzer, blush, highlighter, eyeshadow, like a lot of things to try. So I'm going to push my hair back and we will start off with foundation. Again, I've never heard of any of these brands before. I am hoping we find some like hidden gems. All right, y'all, I've got my hair pushed back. I am ready to try this foundation. I did use my normal like primer, skincare, all of that, because I want to set this makeup up for success. I really want to find like some good products. That is my hope. So when I was looking on Amazon for different things, I tried to pick things that had like a good star rating, but I didn't let myself read the reviews because I didn't want to be like swayed one way or another. So this foundation that I bought is the Mineral Fusion Liquid Foundation. Full coverage with skin nourishing botanicals, and it's set, yeah, Mineral Fusion is the brand, and I bought the shade Olive 3 Warm. They did not have swatches on their site, but I have it pulled up so I can look at the prices. So it has a 4.2 star rating out of 5. I thought that was pretty good, and it says that over 1,400 people have reviewed it. I took that as a good sign too. And when I looked online, like the model that was in the shade lighter than this looked to be about my skin tone, but I was like, let me get a foundation that may be a little too dark, and I'll get a concealer that may be a little too light. That way, if the shades aren't right, I can make something work. But the foundation looks kind of light to me. So let's see. Again, definitely looks too light, but yeah, I tried to pick things that I thought were gonna be really good. So did I tell you the price? $12.28, and we're gonna see how this looks. Flawless matte coverage, rich in age-defying antioxidants, skin smoothing ingredients. It says smooth onto skin using fingertips. I do not like to use my hands for makeup. I don't know, like I just want to use tools. I don't want to like have my hands and everything. So there's no pump. It just is a bottle like this, which is fine if it would come out. I don't, like, why won't it come out? Okay, let's just see. It's a little too light for me, I think, but we're gonna see. I don't see that full coverage claim whatsoever, which, hi, if you're new here, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Heather. I have oily skin. I live in a humid place. And my preference is a like skin-like finish foundation, medium coverage, long wear. So there's one like light layer of the foundation, and I would say this is a light coverage. Definitely not full coverage. I still see discoloration in here. Like, I still see all this discoloration. I don't get the full coverage claim. Let me see if I can like get some more product out of here. Like, it's really stuck in there. I might have to kind of like get something to scoop it out. Okay, so I'm gonna apply it to this side too. And then we're gonna see if maybe we can build it up in certain areas. And maybe we'll try it with a brush on the forehead and see if that works better. Okay, so over here, again, you can see that it's not full coverage. I would say it's definitely like light right in here. I can still see my discoloration, but I'm gonna see if maybe I can build it up. That's maybe a bit too much. And see just if adding like a second layer works. But I 100% think that this foundation runs light because, like I said, when I saw the model, I'm like, oh, I'm probably about the same skin tone, maybe a hair deeper, but I think that shade would work for me. So let me go with Olive 3 instead of Olive 2. And this is working okay for me. Once I have it blended in, it doesn't look quite as light, but I don't know, like, do y'all think it layered well? Is there any more coverage? Maybe, like, maybe it went from a light to a medium coverage, but I do feel like I had to put on a good amount of product, especially for something that claims to be full coverage. You know, it'd be different if it said light coverage and then I knew what I was getting, but since I wanted to see, oh, I said I was going to use a brush on my forehead, didn't I? Okay, let me grab a brush. Okay, so we'll apply it with our brush. I will link the brushes down below. I'll link everything I talk about down below today, but I didn't buy any like new brushes or anything like that. Like I said, maybe I can do that in the future if y'all want me to test more Amazon makeup, more brands I haven't heard of, but I thought to like really give this like makeup look the best shot, I was going to use my normal skincare, a primer I know and love, brushes and tools I know and love. So we will see. All right, I have some texture on my forehead today. You can definitely see it, which is okay. I am a human. I'm a person. Everybody gets some texture from time to time, and if you don't, good for you. Okay. I actually do think that the brush, I got better coverage right away. We shall see. Time will tell, you know, time will tell. I am going to try the concealer now. Let me like seal up the foundation. Hypoallergenic, cruelty-free, vegan, gluten-free, fragrance-free. All right, good for you. Let's try this concealer. I bought the Fiera Luxury Concealer in the shade Sand. Says dot on dark spots, blemishes, under eyes, or any other areas of discoloration or darkness and blend out. So let me tell you about this concealer. This was a 4-star concealer, 4 out of 5, and it has over 2,700 reviews. So I thought that was pretty good, and it was $19. So kind of pricey. I have high hopes. Hyaluronic acid and collagen in this concealer. And looking at what they say, again, I did not read reviews. I'm just going off of what they say about their product. Less is more. Our concealer has a distinct, thicker texture for long-lasting, creaseless, full coverage, purposeful design, no compromise. Apply 1/4 the usual amount you normally use. Warm it up on a palette or with your fingertips and blend it out. Warm it up on a palette. A palette is not going to be warm like my body, so I'm going to warm it up in between my fingers, even though I don't like putting makeup and stuff on my fingers. So I'm going to start with a little. It is thick. Oh, it is thick. Very thick. Like, this is almost feeling like a lip mask. That thickness, you know. So I'm going to press it under my eye like that. I don't think I got a bad shade. That makes me happy. They definitely did not have good swatches or anything like that. So I did my best, and I think I did okay. So normally when I do concealer, I do put it on and I let it set for a couple of minutes on my face to kind of warm up. I do that normally. So that's what I'm gonna do with this one. But already, I feel like I got a good shade. What do y'all think? Let me have this set for a couple of minutes to get warm. I definitely don't think it's gonna dry down quickly. The texture, it feels very creamy. It's looking very glowy under my eyes. So we can do one side with a brush, one side with a sponge. We'll see. Okay, let's test this. I'm gonna blend this in with a sponge. I'm just gonna kind of press. Does that look like super full coverage to you? It does not to me. It does not to me. It doesn't look like it did much. I mean, it's a $20 concealer. You know, it's not $5. And even still, I don't want makeup that's good for the price, because $5, I'm getting Sprite, fries, and an apple pie at McDonald's, you know? So $5 is $5. That's still money. But $20, I definitely have concealers I like better than this. I'm just trying with a brush over here. I'm gonna put on a little bit more because I tried not to use too much, since that's what it asked of me. It asked me not to use too much. So let me put on a second layer. Still kind of feels like I'm putting on a good bit, but let's try. Let's try it again. I think the brush side was better. I'll blend it in with the brush and we'll see. Here is the second layer of concealer. I don't think this is doing anything for me. It didn't really like smooth anything. I think it's not super full coverage. I mean, I don't want to put any more product on to build it up. I already have on 2 layers. I already have on more than I would normally wear. So not terrible. Like, it's not making me look awful. It's just not making much of anything for $20. I think that's a high price point. Or I'm sorry, 19, right? This powder is the Rachel Couture Translucent Powder in Light. I bought Light. We're gonna set under the eyes. This was $20 as well. $20, okay? It has a 4.8 star rating. And there weren't a lot of reviews on this one. There were only 22 reviews, but 4.8 stars is pretty high for 22 people. 4.8 stars. It is a translucent finishing powder, shine-free matte finish, vegan, cruelty-free. So I will be the judge of that and see. Mattify, set, silky, long wear finish. It did not come in a box or anything either. Like, it was just stuck in like a Ziploc baggie, which I was like, okay. We're gonna see. The packaging feels like this should have cost $1. And then, like, look, the inside is like not even painted fully. So, and I mean, this was like purchased from the brand's site on Amazon, you know, not like a third party. Like, it was from the Rachel Couture store on Amazon. So just in case anybody is worried that I got bamboozled and like bought fakes or knockoffs or something. Just FYI. I'm like, let me see if I can get the sticker off of this powder. Okay, I have the powder in the component, and I'm going to press it in with my sponge. A sponge or a poof, like that's my favorite way to apply powder. So let's see if it mattifies and does all the things that it says it's gonna do. I'm going to press in to one side, and I'll buff away any excess. Okay, so here is one of my under eyes set with the powder. First of all, I should have gotten a deeper shade because light is not it. And matte, where? Would you describe this as matte? Would you describe this area of my face as matte? No, me either. Let me grab one of my favorite poofs, powder puffs, whatever, and we'll set over here with that, because this is not matte. Like, that is not matte. Maybe this will serve us better. Okay, the puff did a little better than a sponge, but this is still not matte. Like, this is not matte. This is not poreless. Is it the worst powder I've ever tried? No, I wouldn't go that far, but I don't like it. And it, y'all, it was $20. It was $20. I'm gonna try to set the forehead with extra powder. I'm gonna set that in my chin with the brush instead, because this powder is really not good. And I am somebody who relies on powders. I love a loose setting powder for setting my under eye. Again, I have very oily skin, so all of this, like mattify, long wear, I've got powder all over me now. All of that was like, okay, this would be cool if it's a hidden gem, but honestly, I don't like this. I'm just using a poof to apply where I did a sponge to see if I can get a better look, because I don't like this powder at all. I really don't like this powder. The powder definitely made me look a little ghostly and I'm not loving it. We're gonna move on. So far, the foundation has been fine. The concealer's been meh. The powder is no. Let's hope that the bronzer is going to be amazing. Okay, let's hope it's going to be amazing. I bought this. This is the brand UCANBE. Aconbe. Listen, I don't know. Doesn't matter. No. I will link it down below. Oh my gosh, it is hard to open. Okay. This is what it looks like. So we're going to be using this for blush too, but we'll pick out blush after we do our eye look. We're going to bronze, and let's see. Maybe we'll mix these two right here. Let me grab a bronzer blush. I will say it was like hard to open. So if you have like mobility issues, you may want to think about that if you're interested in this palette. I'm gonna get my bronzer brush and hopefully this will blend. Okay. It's starting to blend, but I feel like I'm having to blend aggressively, and because of that, it's lifting the products underneath. Fabulous. Love that for me. Love that for me. That's patchy. That is so patchy. That's exactly what I wanted today. Exactly what I wanted today. To just look weird under my eyes. I wanted to have a foundation that claimed to be full coverage, be a light coverage. I wanted to have a patchy bronzer. I wanted to sit back and just think, wow, I really wasted my money. No. Okay, it'll be all right. We're gonna make it work. We are gonna make it work for us. Okay, so here's the bronzer. I am not sure if I said, but it was $9. I'm going to just roll with this. I think it looks okay. It doesn't look amazing, but it looks okay. Not terrible. Definitely have other bronzers at lower price points that I like more than this. Do I have a bronzer and blush that I could get for $9 though? I don't think so. My drugstore pick for like bronzer and blush around this price point would be ColourPop, but even then I think those are $7 to $10 a piece. I don't love it though. I don't love it though. Let's just go ahead and do blush. We're here, I have the palette out. Let's play it a little safe and just go with this one right here. Just in case. I don't absolutely love the formula. It would be something that's a little light. It's kind of a peachy pink. Just in case. You know, let me grab my brush and clean it off on my little Sigma switch. And we are going to put a little blush on. Okay. That's not bad. That is not bad. All right. Not bad. I'm just like shooketh to my core that this powder claims to mattify. I don't want to use that powder again. Even with the concealer I love, I'll be honest, because it just... I wouldn't be surprised if like somebody handed me this and they're like, here, I found this on sale for 10 cents. The brand is laughing all the way to the bank with my $20 instead. Oh, it's all right. Okay, this blush I think looks nice. I did not buy a brow product, so I'm going to fill in my brows. I'm going to use an eyeshadow primer that I know and love because I didn't want to try a new eyeshadow primer with a new palette because I want to set this up for success. You know, I want to set it up for success. So I'm going to fill in my brows. I'm going to prime for shadow and we will play. The palette we're going to use is the Prism Makeup Supreme Seductress palette. This was, I paid $7.99 for it, so like $8. It is Prism Makeup. I bought it directly from the Prism Makeup site on Amazon. And it says 18 colors of pigmented shimmer glitter eyeshadows, long lasting. Here is what it looks like. It looks way more saturated in the photos online. It looks really desaturated in person. Like what you're seeing is more how it looks to me versus what I'm seeing online. It just looks more. It looks better online. But when I was looking for an Amazon eyeshadow palette and like scrolling through, it was hard to find a palette that was not a like direct copy of another brand's palette. Like there were tons of palettes that directly copied Huda Beauty's palettes. I don't like that. You know, you do what you want to do. I feel like that's like intellectual property. I'm sure there's nothing they can do about it, but I just don't like that. Like, inspiration is one thing, a direct copy is another. So I had a hard time. I was really trying to find something that was good. There's even like ColourPop direct copy palettes. I don't get that, but looking at the reviews, let me scroll back up. This has 7,200 reviews, okay? Over 7,000 people reviewed this and it has 4.6 stars. So I'm gonna try it. Like I said, I was disappointed when I opened it up and it didn't look as saturated as the photos. It looked a little more dusty, but we'll see. Like that swatch is nice. Okay, it's swatching really nice. There's no names. These are eyeshadows and pressed pigments, and we're gonna try it for $8. I'm gonna grab my Sigma eyeshadow primer. These are all more, well, I have like half warm tones, half more neutral tones. Let me look. Oh, this silver. Okay, let me look. Like, it's kind of like scratchy. That does not look terrible, but I had to really dig. So we'll definitely spray our brush if we need to. That shimmer feels better, but that, I was hoping that was gonna be really impactful. Let's just try it on the eyes, okay? This does have names for shades. I don't know what I was talking about. Let's start with this shade right here, Swipe Right. And we're gonna test it. We're gonna see if it's any good. And, oh, okay, there is some pigment there. That's not bad. Oh, okay, all right, okay. That's like not bad at all. I really want to see like how the shades blend, how they layer, all of that. But that is not bad at all. Okay, I do want to see how this shade is going to buff out. So what I'm going to do is grab this brush right here and go into this shade called Date Night. This light kind of like tan color. And I'm just going to see how this fluffs and blends. I like to kind of start with a more mid-tone shade a lot of the time, and then kind of go in with my lighter shades, and then go in and kind of layer a deeper shade. It's a technique I do quite often, so I want to see if I can get this to buff out. There we go. I'm like, okay, I'm having to do maybe a little more pressure than I normally would, but we got there, didn't we? Okay, all right. Did we find something that I actually like? So far, so good. Do y'all see how shiny my face is? For a matte setting powder, and the foundation claimed to be matte. My face, like, this is a matte foundation and a matte powder. Just to remind you, I'm gonna keep saying it because I'm shooketh, but okay. Well, let me do the other eye. Let me get the other eye caught up, and then we're gonna see how deeper shade layers right out here. Okay, I think our eye look is looking nice. The two mattes have performed really well. So I want to layer a dark shadow right out here, deepen up the outer corner. So we have on Swipe Right, and now we'll go in with Prospect. We'll use this deep dark brown, and we'll see if we can create some depth in our outer corner. I really like to do that. So I'm going to kind of press that on right here. That's not bad. I thought it was going to be a little darker from what I was seeing in the pan, but I'm just going to press first to make sure it stays nice and dark, and then I'll kind of blend from there. Blend it up and out a little bit, and we'll see how that goes. I'm going to get a little more shadow because if you can see right in here, it is patchy. It's not layering the best. So let me see if I can like pack that there instead of blending. Maybe a little bit. Not bad, but it is patchy. It is kind of patchy right there. I think from like a normal distance, you wouldn't necessarily see that. But at an $8 price point, I do have like ColourPop palettes that maybe aren't necessarily $8, maybe a little bit more, that do layer better. If you like to layer your shadows like this. Yeah, see, like right in here, it's just not as smooth as I normally prefer. I'm going to kind of try to blow this out and maybe even like bring it around under here. We're going for drama. Okay, we're going to try the silver, and I picked it up on my brush. I did spray my brush with a little setting spray, so hopefully we will get some good color payoff. It's shiny, but it's definitely not what I hoped it would be, but not terrible. Just not like smooth or intense. It's a little sheer, but I also don't think it doesn't feel like a topper shade. It's definitely not sparkly enough to be a topper shade. I don't like that. I don't like that. Let's go in with a different shimmer though. So here, this is the one we were using. Let's go in with a little bit of Candlelit. This right here. Let me grab another brush. I'll pick it up on my brush and I'll spray it with a little setting spray too, to give it like the most impact. Okay, I'm gonna put that kind of in the center of my lid. I think that looks pretty, just like a standard kind of metallic. Not bad. Not as like smooth maybe as some of my favorite kind of shimmer or metallic shades, but I don't think that looks bad. I think that looks nice. I think had I put this all over the lid instead of bringing in that silver shade, it would have been better, because I definitely feel like the silver is kind of a dud in this palette. I don't like that, but I do think the gold shade is a lot prettier. Not bad. Okay, let's highlight the inner corner, and I'm gonna use this shade right down here, this light shimmer, and I'm gonna pop that right here on the inner corner. Again, I think that looks nice. I think that looks nice. The first matte shade though, I think is the one that was kind of most impressive to me. That like orangey type shade. I do have some liquid glitters though, so I'm excited. These are, let me see, actually, are these the shade Sweet Mint? Let me pull it up and check. Okay, I don't know how to say the brand name. I'll put it in the description box. This was like from their brand on Amazon, 5 liquid glitter shadow sets, metallic, pigmented, glitter, crystal, quick drying, long lasting, impact eye looks. So I got 5 of these for $8.99, and I thought it'd be fun to try. Now, I am not saying you're supposed to use these on the eyes. You do what you are comfortable with, but this is what they look like. Some of them look to have like chunky glitter. Some of them look to be more like smooth, almost metallic type glitter. So I want to use one that's maybe a little more like chunky to test it and try it. So we'll use this one. So there's no shade names that I can see, no numbers. It just says Sweet Mint. I don't know why they say Sweet Mint on them. But, okay. It comes with a little wand like this. So maybe we can try to apply it on top of that silver to kind of amp it up. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, you're probably not gonna be able to see a big difference since it's on top of the silver, but I'll also kind of put it right here on the inner corner and kind of wrap it around. Oh yeah, oh that's really pretty, a little subtle, but I really think that's pretty. Okay y'all, these look super pretty. Now that they're dry though, it kind of hurts, like it feels very thick and heavy, and I'm wondering if I put on a little too much, but like it feels tight. It feels really tight in here. Oh, it feels really, I'm gonna try to like blend with the brush a little bit to maybe like loosen up, because I feel like I can't really fully open my eye. This is not good. Okay. Maybe I should not have like put it on and then put another one on. I'm trying to like open my eye because it's not comfortable. Okay, let's move on. Both of these eyeliner sets had really good reviews, and they were about $12, $10 to $12 a piece for these sets. These are from the brand Nabi. I have a retractable waterproof eyeliner in various shades, and then I have these eyeliner pencils in various shades. We have the E07 Cafe eyeliner pencil, and again, this is from the brand Nabi. This was really rated high, so I'm going to put this in my lower waterline. Maybe I need to like warm it up a little on my hand because nothing's coming out. Okay, it should be that really pretty like bronzy copper shade. Not a ton of pigment, and I definitely had to go over my waterline a couple of times. I'm gonna stop now before my eye gets irritated. Okay, let's see if this retractable formula is maybe better. In the waterline, I think I poked myself in the eye. Okay. That's alright. I'm not overly impressed. Very lightly pigmented. I really don't like my eye look. I think, I don't know, like maybe it's my complexion because I've never looked worse in here. I'm going to put on some mascara and a lash, and I need to kind of maybe powder some more. I'm gonna give this another shot. I'm gonna get a brush, powder some more. We'll see if that helps. All right, y'all, I did put a lash on. This is an Amazon lash. I want to kind of run through things before we do highlight and lips. The foundation, never gonna try again, okay? Like, I'm just gonna be honest. It is too light. I made it work, but it's a little too light for me. It's not full coverage. It's not matte. Sticks with NYX, L'Oreal, Revlon, Makeup Revolution. They all have better foundations, and they have foundations that actually do what they claim they're gonna do. Either medium coverage glowy or full coverage matte. Not like this. This is no good. For $12, no. The concealer for $20 did nothing. It's just thick. Not high pigmented like it claims. For $20, you can get so many better concealers, tons for cheaper at the drugstore. Tower 28, I think, is around the $20 price point, way better than this, not as thick and goopy. And the powder, this is one of the worst makeup products I've ever tried in my life, and that's saying something. Like, I went on with the brush and put on more powder since I left doing the eye look to now. And do you see this? Like, how is this in any way mattifying? And you could say, well, it's the concealer underneath. But even here, where it's just over foundation, this is terrible. The eyeshadows, I think, are fine. I probably will not reach for them again because I do want to layer a deep shadow on top of a lighter shadow. I at least need to be able to layer 2 shadows together, and I can't do that with these. If you just want a matte in your crease, like I did, buff and blend it out, and then go in with kind of a very standard but pretty metallic, I think the palette could be for you. For the looks that I like to do, I would prefer like ColourPop. I think I can put a ColourPop shadow on, deepen up the outer corner, they layer beautifully, and I could get a look like this for around the same price point, but one that I like a little bit better. Although I don't think this is bad at all. So I don't think the palette, not bad, not saying it's bad. The blush and bronzer palette I will try again because I would like to try the bronzer again. I do think that the blush has already faded a bit and I haven't even had the makeup on that long, but I do want to give it a shot over a foundation and powder that I love. So I'm gonna try that again. The glitter gels, I'll also try these again. Maybe I'll work in a lighter layer and I won't try to build them up the way I did today because I was trying to get some intensity, but I will try them again to see how they perform. Just kind of like sheared out a light wash of shimmer glitter. I also think if you don't have deep set eyes like I do, maybe it won't feel as heavy for you because I do have like fold here, fold here, fold here, fold here. Like I have multiple folds in my eyes, so that definitely makes me like I can feel it more. But I am gonna try that again. The eyeliners are a no, but I'm gonna try those again because I have so many, so I want to see. Now that we've done all that, can y'all believe, y'all, you saw how much powder I put on my face, and like I've gone in with even more. When I put on my lash, I went in with even more. The lashes I will link down below. I've had these for a while actually, and I think they're fine. I think it's $8 for 5 pair, but I do prefer like Kiss or Ardell because those I can get and I can wear them multiple times, whereas these really are like single use lashes, but not terrible. Is that everything we tried from Amazon? Yes, and honestly, like I hate my complexion so much, but we're gonna move on. This is the Cool Story 8 color highlighter palette. I do not like this packaging, but this pulled me in. Okay, this is from the brand Expect. It has 961 reviews and a 4.1 star rating. It says it is makeup palette for face highlighter, luminizers, diamond shimmer glitter palette. Okay, let's try it. Let's do a couple of swatches maybe because it looks like we have some different formulas. Like very kind of like topper glittery type. This one maybe has a little more like base pigment to it. This one maybe like shimmery. See, that looks all right. That looks all right. Let's see, maybe this could be like a blush topper on my skin tone, like a peachy pink. And then let's test the colorful one, the purple. Okay, that one does not have like a lot of sparkle to it, like I thought it would. It's kind of like a blue purple. We'll try maybe 2 of the different formulas. Let's like mix these 2 that have the sparkle, and I hate the way my complexion looks, y'all. And like, do you see my nose is getting like, it's kind of red to where the products are breaking up. Oh, that is sparkle. That is very sparkle. Okay, I think that's very sparkly, but very cute. Anytime I try something that is sparkly, people ask me if it's like Fenty Diamond Bomb. No, this one is definitely not. It's very sparkly, but it also has like that kind of silvery base color to it. So cute. Okay, Okay, I'll definitely try this one again. Let me clean my brush off on my Sigma switch, and we'll do a different combo over here on this cheek. Maybe we'll try this one that's like the white pink. Let's just do that one. Okay, I'm going to put that here. That's all right. Not my absolute favorite, because I do really like colorful highlighters, if you did not know. I think that one's okay. Maybe a little, I don't know. I don't feel like it's giving me like a seamless blend. This will be something I'll have to use again on another day and see how it works with like better complexion products too, because I think it looks all right. This definitely sparkly. This one does not have sparkle to it at all. So let's try one down the nose as well. Which one kind of stands out? Maybe this one. It's almost like a little yellowy green. Oh, that one's very sparkly too. Maybe it can like disguise some of the redness on my nose. We'll try. I dipped into this one for the Cupid's bow. Okay, lip liners. I bought 54 lip liners for $27.99. I don't know why I decided to buy 54 of them, but that's what I decided to do. And these have a rating of 4.6 out of 5 stars. And there are 4,670 reviews. So it made me feel confident that these were going to be really good. Oh my gosh. Like, there's so many different shades. There's reds, browns, purples, berry tones. Let me pick a shade out. Like, pick a lip liner, any lip liner. Let me pick a shade out. This is the lip liner in the shade Earth, okay? I love pencil lip liners, so I have high hopes for this one. I thought this shade would look really pretty with our eye look. So we'll test it, we'll see. It's not bad so far. Okay. And I don't know how it slipped my mind, but I did not buy a lipstick. I bought lip liners and gloss. But I do have 54 lip liners. So I don't know. I don't have a lipstick. So I'm going to fill my lips in with this. It's kind of reminding me of the NYX lip pencils, which I do like. But time will tell how they last and all of that, you know? I'll definitely try the lip liners more. It is hard. Like, it is hard for me to visualize anything with my complexion looking like this. I'm being just honest, okay? But I do like the lip liner. I bought a gloss. I don't know how well it's going to match our lip liner and eyes, but we're going to use it, okay? This is the Unicorn Glow Luminous Gloss in the shade Unicorn. This is $13 and 139 reviews with a 4.4 out of 5-star rating. The component looks cute, right? It's got stars on it. I mean, nothing super special, but it's like holographic stars on the light purple. And it's supposed to be like a very glossy lip. Oh, it has a nice doe foot. Maybe a light fruity scent, but nothing overpowering. I can't smell it unless I put my nose right up to it. I do like the lip. Like, the shades of the complexion products are so bad. And I could get past that. But like, no, this is not it. This is not it. This is like, the complexion is not it. Thank you for watching though. Thank you for watching. Like, I can feel the makeup on my skin. I can feel it. It feels gross. I don't like it. Whatever you are doing, I hope you're having an amazing day. I will link to everything in the description box, because maybe I hate it, maybe you love it. What do I know? I hope you'll stick around and subscribe. Honestly, I'm ready to wash my face off. I hope you're having a good day. I will see you very soon in another video where hopefully we're using some really good makeup. Bye.